Oftentimes, students come to me and they ask for help with their chops. They want me to help them gain technique. And what I see when I hear them play is that their right hand is really an afterthought and their left hand is leading the way. The left hand was sort of the improviser, and the right hand is just expected to pick all these notes and follow suit. In actuality, the right hand is something you have to work on super consciously because it's not a very good improviser. It does what it knows how to do, and it does it cleanly when you work on it for a very long time. Here's an exercise, and it's not even an exercise, it's just a way of thinking about how to orchestrate notes on the guitar in a way that creates repetition and allows you to focus and look at your right hand as it's working. I'm just going to give you an example in the key of C. What I'm going to do is take a pretty intricate picking pattern that involves legato too and just call it a unit, a block. This is a C major 7 arpeggio starting from the note B, descending and ascending. I'm going to go down, pull off, up, up, down, hammer on, down, down. So it has sweeps, it has hammer-ons, it sounds like this. 8-note pattern. Ta-da-da-da-ba-da-da-da. Now what you can do is move it diatonically, meaning to every other note in C major. So I'm just going to move all the notes up a step in the scale. I'm actually looking at my right hand as I'm doing it. This idea allows you to really isolate the picking. Now, the way most people are taught guitar is they're taught a pattern, let's say in a cross pattern, like a G major scale. And then they're told to move patterns through it. A 3-note pattern, 4-note pattern, etc., etc. But what's happening when you do that? You're actually playing 3 patterns all in conjunction for the right hand, right? You have 2 notes per string, 1 and 3, and then 3 and 1. And if you're an economy picker, let's say, then you have even more to think about, right? You can use patterns like, if you can't see what I'm doing, I play then up, down, up, down, up, down, those kind of patterns. Now, you're not going to be able to actually think it through in the moment because you're just doing that kind of thing. But what I suggest you do is you take a thing like that and orchestrate it horizontally as opposed to vertically on the guitar. So instead of going, you're just going to try to keep that first pattern intact and move the notes up. So initially it might look like a left hand exercise if you don't know the patterns, but then after you're used to it, you can actually take a look at your right hand and train it to play something repetitively and actually build some technique and accuracy. That's like a 4-note pattern. Maybe you can play a 6-note pattern with some chromatics. The idea is to get to something you actually want to use pretty quickly and then just move it around. Here's a pattern I play all the time. It's just down, up, down, up, down, up, but it's 4 notes and 2. These kind of ideas are really going to come together quickly if you really train your right hand to execute them well. Maybe you can practice some economy picking, going 2 notes per string on the B and G string, but starting on a down and then going up, up, down, like this. Right? different kind of motion altogether. Now, I wouldn't spend too much time working up picking patterns minus the notes, meaning just playing the guitar like a percussive instrument. It's not really a skill that guitar players need or want to build past a certain speed, but it is important to be able to do it at a reduced tempo just to clean things up. So if I take a look at a long arpeggio, like the kind of stuff you use in gypsy jazz, a line like that, well, what was that? Down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 and then all alternating. So I want to maybe clean that up at a slower tempo right here before I add notes to it. And then so there is some value in being able to do a thing like that. But when you have a pattern that's going through all the strings and is a very orchestrated thing, maybe you just want to practice the smaller patterns that live inside it. Like the beginning would be. Maybe you want to just move that diatonically. Let's call the first 4 notes of that pattern G Dorian and say it comes from the key of F. Let's move it around the key. Maybe take away that rest in the middle. Just make a line out of it. Maybe not the most musical thing ever, but I'm working out a technical thing with my right hand to clean it up. Maybe I'll add a few more notes to it. Maybe I'll make it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 note thing. But I'm working on my right hand now. So things tend to clean up when you just actually pay attention to the part you're trying to work on. I hope this helps. Click all the buttons, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and join our Patreon.